Welcome to NDTV. I'm Rohit Khilnani. Joining me is this wonderful team of JugJugg Jeeyo. Such a pleasure, firstly, to sit and meet you all and do a physical interview. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
That was saying. I said because last one or two interviews we've done on Zoom.
Yeah.
And so it's good to see you personally.
Did
now.
you miss us?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Nothing like doing, interacting in person.
In person.
Right.
I saw so much of you, Rohit, on social media, so I was being able to follow you through.
I get very scared when you say any of these things.
You know, I've seen you so much that I feel I know you.
Yeah, same here. I've
feel
seen
that
you
you
so
know
much
me?
thanks to the Paps, man. I also feel I know you very well.
अंदर से ये बन गया है एक चीज.
छापा बन गया है.
She has a rapport with them.
For us.
Good for us, yeah.
And
Bring
they
your
ask
publicity.
questions which we also don't think 10 times before asking. They will ask everything.
And when they don't ask me, I say, आज कुछ नहीं पूछने के लिए. Then I nudge them.
हमारा ये जो तकिया कलाम in the film, we started doing all this, and it's come from her actually. In Rangsari, it's a step, but it's come from her.
You started this. Why
I started JugJugg Jeeyo.
JugJugg Jeeyo. Okay. And then
Still trying to teach me.
And then I'll start with you. I heard on the trailer launch, Karan said, and you were discussing, this is your first film with Dharma. How come? You've done so many family films, and so do they. How did it take so long to work with each other?
Sometimes it so happens that there are so many other filmmakers also where they wonder, I see, that how come we never work together. So I think Karan, I think there mustn't be any script which they felt I suited. That's one of the reasons. Or sometimes, yes, there was one film which was, offered by Karan's dad to me, and unfortunately I couldn't do it. And he's happy that I didn't do it. So Karan's very happy I didn't do it. But so from that time onwards, there's always been the little thing of me. Whenever me and Yashji met, we said, we must do one film together. So we won't say anything in, we just mime it. And he would say,
How sweet.
so it just went on for so many years. And then, of course, Karan launched his film Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, and I remember meeting him when he was, they were all assistants, Adi and Karan. And that became a big success. And then I could see, one after the other, he became such a successful producer. And he's been successful in the last 20 years now.
Yeah.
One of the biggest producers of our country.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Great. You're doing you're doing one of the best films that we can wait for. So that's finally it worked what had to work.
Yes.
Ma'am, you and Karan at the launch were discussing that how he convinced you to get back and, to do movies. We are very grateful to Karan Johar for that. What did it take for you to say yes?
Actually, I was going through a very bad state at that time. And there was Karan in my house and Ranbir said, so Mom, what are you going to do now? So you should start working. And Karan said, can I come tomorrow with a script? Just a day after that. And he and Raj came, and the script was so good, even in that state of mind, what I was going through, I was just stunned how well it was written. The scenes were beautiful, the dialogues were so powerful that, I just said, I'm doing it. It's so lovely. I think it's more the script which draws you. I'm sure that's happened with everyone,
Right.
Everybody was like drawn towards the script.
Right. So when you would get a script, who would you ask? Who would you consult? Who would you ask whether I should do this or not?
See, my family usually ask me.
Oh.
So I give,
Yeah,
usually,
yeah.
No, like a second opinion, not
Right,
always.
sure.
So whenever they have a doubt, so they'll give me their script and I will read, I'll go through it. But yes, I did share it with both of them, with Alia and Ranbir.
Right.
And
Riddhima, you didn't,
Riddhima has no clue.
But the premise you must have shared.
Premise, yeah, she'll say for everything, what mom does is the best.
The best.
So yes, we do. I mean, it's a family little bit.
Right. Varun, at the same event, Karan was saying Varun is calling me every 2 hours. The phone rings, says Varun Dhawan, and he's also giving me advice. What advice do you give Karan Johar?
See, her film mein, I believe everyone, first of all, Karan is family to me.
Yeah.
Like my relationship with my parents is pretty equivalent to my relationship with him. So in every film, every person has to do their job and has to be involved. Dharma is a massive company, they're doing so many things, and Karan's producing so many films. Now, I know him inside out, so I know when he's really into a film. And when he's actually, Karan Johar is involved in this film. So when I am doing a film for him, I have to make sure he's involved for my own selfish benefit, because then I know my film will be best.
Right.
So I do those calls because I need him to be there when we are marketing the film, when we are shooting the film. So he knows how the money should be spent.
Right.
Like if outdoor hoardings have to be put or what has to be put. But I have to irritate him a little bit for that, which is okay. I don't mind him shouting at me and abusing me. I'm quite thick-skinned. So.
Right. Right. You know, this is such a serious topic, but you all have made such a fun family film. I'm not going to talk about divorce, but I'm going to talk about marriage. You both are such modern parents. Have you all ever told your kids things like, it's time you should get married, who should you get married to? Have you all, because you spoke about this at the trailer launch and you said, कि, you know, I'm okay with it, जिसको जैसे जीना है, जिसको single रहना है. As a father, do you come under that pressure saying, अब age हो गई है, शादी करो, things like that?
No, I think, no, I don't know, I've never been in that pressure.
Yeah.
You know? Because as an actor and as a kind of person I am, and I've never been into that kind of situation. This is the way it should be. I've always been in a situation and kind of person I am. I don't know, was born like this, or it must be my parents or my father. I don't know whose influence it is. I don't even know. But whatever makes them happy makes me happy. I think that's the way. Live and let live. Yeah.
That's why you're daddy cool always. Ma'am, what about you? You ever thought on these lines ki, age and these things?
No, not really. I think nowadays the parents are not like that. I mean, you have to let them be. When they are ready to get married, they will. When the right time comes and the right person comes, you can't be pushed. Ke bhi age ho gayi hai. What does that age mean?
Correct.
Age is not the problem. The problem is the right person.
Right.
You have to feel comfortable. Okay, this is the one, and I'm going to spend my life with that person. Like he knew. He had to get married to Natasha, so he knew his mind.
Right. Varun, were you put in a situation like that?
No one put me in a situation for this. I mean, I had seen my brother get married. I'd seen so many cousins, so many friends get married, and it's you learn. And Natasha and me were friends, and she herself is such an independent woman. She does her own work. She's not from this line. She does her own thing, and she doesn't need me to complete her.
Right.
In that sense. We support each other, we are there for each other, but she didn't need to be married. So I think we've had these discussions in that sense. And my parents were pretty cool about, my parents wanted me to do a big wedding, which I could not do.
Right.
But besides that, everything else has happened only because I said I want to be happy with my marriage. I said I don't want to get married.
Right. The film business has changed so much. Do people know? Is there a yardstick? ये family film है, ये पक्का चलेगी. Is there any such things?
Yeah, but like people are saying now, you did this film at the right time and all. So you don't know what the right time is going to be. You just go. You like a story.
Right.
You like the director. You like the script. The people who are making the film, and you say yes instantly. You feel all the boxes are ticked, and you say yes to the film, and that's what I have done. I'm sure a lot of people do that because you start to follow the trend. I think that's not the way. Good careers or long careers. You have to go with what your gut instinct is.
Right.
That's why. So family film, I've done a lot.
Yeah.
I think I felt I suited those family films, so that's why I was casted in many family films. I might be having that kind of presence, that kind of face, and that kind of
You were great in action also.
Yeah, but he's right that I've done quite a few of family films, which connected, with the families, and I always tell. I spoke to David also. I said, these are films which somewhere I said I called him up and I saw the film and I told David that I liked Varun's work so much. And, this is a kind of a role which will not only connect with the youngsters, it's a kind of a role which will connect with the grandfather, the grandparents, the family, everyone, from all generations. There are certain roles which stay with you, and this is that role, of what Varun is playing.
Right.
It'll go into the hearts of the mothers, the wives, Indian kind of role. It's very important to do these kind of roles.
Correct.
In your career, you can't keep on doing So what happens when you do after this film a mainstream kind of a film,
Correct.
which is a very
out there character.
out there kind of thing and action and tapori
They
and
accept
ye
you
wo.
nicely
So
then.
what happens is, यार ये अपने घर का बंदा है, ये कर रहा है ऐसा.
Correct.
Suddenly when you do that, you feel यार ये ज़्यादा ही कुछ कर रहा है.
But I swear to God, when I accepted this film eventually, when it happened, one of the prime reasons for me to do this film was Anil sir. You know, because I have never played a character like that. But when I knew on the other end those scenes which we had, as an actor I have always been an admirer, and I knew कि यार ये समझ जाएगा, ये scene समझ जाएगा, इसका जो humor का meter है या जो scene का जो juice निकलना है.
Right.
You know, I knew I had a co-star like that, who's obviously known to do these things, but he'll know how to balance the ship as we go along. And I was so right, because when you see the film, he's balanced. I mean, his role is a little grey, but the way he plays grey is so lovable.
Right.
And so fun and funny. Well, though I am getting jacked in the film, I can't. So
It's
many
not the question of
takes
getting
I've laughed.
jacked. It's you reacting.
I'm reacting.
Varun,
Correct.
It's a very different. It's not the. That's not the way. Like for example, when I did Beta.
Correct.
When I did Beta, I was reacting for what Madhuri was doing or what Aruna ji was doing. In that film, I was reacting to the situation. I was put into that kind of a situation. But as a good son or as a good husband, I was reacting to whatever they were doing. There were a lot of things which were happening because they were doing it.
Correct.
But I was reacting to it.
Correct.
And today people, Beta is Beta. It's one of my
till
biggest
date.
successes,
Yeah.
It's a film which people still remember, for the kind nobody expected, and even I was surprised when it was announced that then the Best Actor award goes to Anil Kapoor. I never expected to win the award, but there are certain roles which connect.
Connect in a big way.
And you don't know what's going to connect.
What's going to connect?
While you're doing the
सच्चे हो ना
movie.
उधर वो।
नहीं पता लगता है।
मैं इतना सिक्योर हो गया था
हाँ।
when I knew that. In fact, terrace के scene पे I told you also.
Yeah.
I told you जैसे सर मेरे line इसमें कम है. Usually you'll get insecure as an actor ना कि मैं नहीं बोल. I said but आप जिस तरीके से कर रहे हो मैं first time बोलते हैं ना आँखों से खेलो ये वो naturally हो रहा था अनिल सर को देख के, because it was so.
Yeah, Varun, this is
funny.
this pure wisdom, working with him, listening to the things that he's saying right now. This is...
See, I'm someone honestly who doesn't like to listen to too many people. I want to do my own thing and this and that. I'll be honest. But there are few people who, because he's not always coming and telling you he's showing you by his actions. He's leading by example. He's on time. He's ready for the scene. He's rehearsed with his lines. तो ऐसे इंसान को आप क्या बोलोगे? You can only see and admire and be inspired.
Right.
So I was just so inspired that I had to put on my magnifying glasses and just see this, because I know this is going to help me down the line in my career.
Your character, how different is it from the person you are?
It's kind of like me.
Okay.
I am also like that, but it's a bit accentuated version of me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would also react in the same way as she reacts.
Many times.
I would. I am a strong person. I'm not a weak person, but she's a bit more. But I would say I'm 50% of her. But the base of that character is me, like discipline and proper and all those kind of things.
हम दोनों पापा की गोद में बैठ के बड़े हुए। अब वो टीचर आके पापा जी की गोदी में बैठ गई है। अब पापा जी बड़े हो रहे हैं। जितने भी नचते ने सारे कोई नहीं हो तेरे जैसा लगदा। मुझे समझ आ गया पापा जी की प्रॉब्लम क्या है। कल्ले रहना मनु अच्छा लगदा।
To end on a light note, I have some quick questions. Let's see. I'm missing Kiara here, but we'll get you
We'll answer
Kiara.
for Kiara.
Yeah, you'll answer for Kiara. Chalo, theek hai.
Yeah, we are happy she's not here.
Okay, so all of y'all have to answer these.
Footage ले जाएंगे.
Or come.
We're just joking.
Right.
Kiara, we love you.
No, don't worry. She
Right.
understands. We're just joking.
किसको
तू डरता क्यों है? Why do you get scared?
And then starting with you. Naughtiest on the set.
Me? Why are you doing this to me?
Because you should feel happy. Naughty means
Yeah, naughty
a
means-
fun
yeah,
person.
fun person,
You're a
right.
fun person.
Yeah, I'm a fun person.
So naughty.
I like.
Actually, I was not being too naughty. Plus, the pandemic was on, so I don't know how naughty one can be.
He was being very naughty also, yeah.
No, but I like a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you
Ma-
make sure
masti
that.
Do whatever I can to make the atmosphere light.
Nice, nice. Right. Always running late. Varun,
थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा.
थोड़ा बहुत नहीं.
एक
Not
दिन
in his scene.
डाटा था तेरे को मैंने.
Your scene was.
No, I think this film nobody.
We
was-
all were
Ah,
there
yeah,
on
yeah,
time, once or twice.
Yeah, yeah,
we
a
were
little
Okay.
bit here and there. Yeah.
basically.
always on time, before time.
Ma'am.
Ma'am,
Before time.
before time.
And then we would look like we are late. She was coming before time.
Right. But the one who keeps a tab on the film business, ye chala, ye nahi chala. Varun.
Varun
Because of Arjun.
No, no. I mean, we're
You
talking
put it
about
on
people
whoever,
over here.
but you are the one.
No, no. Yeah, we are talking about all
like
three.
that.
of
From
Yeah,
three
yes,
of
line.
us. I also do that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't do it. Yeah.
Always on the phone.
No.
We both are never
Put
on
it
the
on
phone.
Kiara, she's not.
Kiara.
Kiara? Maybe Kiara. Okay.
So
Handling a
easy.
lot of things.
Has the best rapport with Paps.
Neetu ma'am. Undoubtedly.
And the award goes to Neetu Kapoor.
They have a great, Anand, they ask you whatever, आपकी daughter-in-law क्या कर रही है, शादी कब है, everything we get to know
और
because of
जब
them.
नहीं पूछे तो मैं बोलती हूँ आज कुछ पूछ नहीं रहे हो. क्या बात है?
Right. Always looking into the mirror to make sure he or she is perfect. I think I know, but everyone is pointing towards you. Is that correct? You will agree?
I know that's, people are really making, made this into, I hardly
But
look in
that
the
even
mirror.
you know.
I swear on God,
It's
have you ever
natural.
seen me this morning? Hardly, I don't really look at the mirror. I used to earlier, but not now anymore. I don't, when
See,
I'm
we all
working,
look
I'm
in the
not,
mirror. We
yeah,
all-
but
we all
not as
actors.
much.
Yeah, but actually it doesn't
You're
look in the
actors.
mirror.
Huh.
More than...
More
Yeah,
the
actually,
monitor.
Yeah, it's become more like
it's
a
a
more,
folklore. you're
अभी
right.
folklore हो गया अभी.
It is a bit of a folklore.
And yeah, it's become like a folklore. Yeah.
Right. Lastly, each one of you tell me your favorite actor apart from you in this film.
हम एक दूसरे को भी तारीफ करेंगे. I mean, for me,
My favorite
all our
actor
favorites.
Means my favorite
On the
actor.
spot.
No, Harbhajan. There's one actor who's done the
Harbhajan.
role of Harbhajan.
driver.
He's the driver. Very good, yeah.
I'd say...
He's there in 2 shots, but he's very
He's
good.
terrific.
Varun?
I'd say favorite actor in this film. I think सब बहुत अच्छे हैं, but
But?
there's one scene which I cry in, so I have to say Neetu ma'am for that. Because that's the only that I mean I was not expecting. I was thinking मेरे emotional scene बहुत हो गए, but that was the scene that I cried in.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like,
And the background of Harbhajan was there in that.
हरभजन था उधर उसने drop actually उसने किया था. हरभजन है उसमें.
People
me,
will go to
there
find where
Yeah,
Harbhajan
Harbhajan
is.
है.
And Harbhajan is not there in the film only.
He's there. Watch out
Neetu
for
ma'am has
Harbhajan.
already thought of an answer.
No, I've thought of an answer, but there are 2 scenes which are my favorite scenes in the movie.
But you haven't seen the film.
I've seen those scenes.
हाँ.
I know. I've
When are
seen.
you going to see the film?
Yeah, mind.
मैं भी देख ली 23rd को. एक
Yeah.
सीन है वरुण का और कियारा का, which I was blown away by. I mean, they have done so well.
That's my favorite scene also, actually. to be honest with
Beautiful
you.
scene.
I agree.
It's like
I totally
I told
agree.
my whole family. I say, oh my God, you've got to see that scene to believe it. And one scene, Mr. Kapoor sir. Oh my God.
Which scene is that now?
The
Which
terrace
scene?
scene.
The terrace scene. The terrace scene.
But you've seen that scene
Daru
also.
I saw that.
Acha, acha.
Outstanding scene.
That's very good.
Outstanding.
We've had such a ball shooting
That scene was
That scene
outstanding.
was just
I
fun.
mean, you're good in throughout, but that would stand out.
You think so?
I think that scene would stand out.
I even like the window scene. But
Window
we
scene I
leave
haven't
it. We
seen.
leave it for the film.
Yeah, leave it for the
A
film.
lot of scenes.
Yeah.
Lot of scenes.
Lot of scenes.
Great. So love this rapport. I hope, I'm sure this will reflect on the screen also. You all have many more interviews to go, I'm sure. Thank you for your time and lovely chatting with all of you.
Thank you, Rohit.
Rohit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.